Let's get everybody to get a seat. Let's get started. As you know, we have a lot to cover today. We have a lot of material. We have a lot of great presentations. And best of all, we have a tremendous attendance here. How many have been here in Dayton for all 5 years? Wow, look at that. How many, this is your first year at CTU. Congratulations. We're very proud to have returning students, but we welcome all the new ones. I'm sure you're going to find the day to be extremely interesting. First off, full housekeeping. I'd like to thank Jerry, K3LR, who does a lot of the behind-the-scenes work, helps with registration, and make sure everything runs smooth here. W3TX, Scott is heading up the Youth CTU that you may have heard about. And Youth CTU is running in the Beckel room with N5OT and N0AX and a host of others. They're getting ready to do a Skype video conference to Russia. We've got RA2FZ is here from Russia to help do some interpretation. So that's going to be going on. We're talking to some very young YL hotshot CW operators there. We have embraced the web this year, and the man in the back, behind the curtain, is Ken, K4ZW, and Ken is the guy that brings webinars through the PBRC. And if you want to see some of Ken's work, you go to pbrc.org, and there is a whole historic log set of his webinars that he's been doing over the past several years. And I thought that it would be fabulous to bring the webinar experience to Dayton. So right now, about 80 to 90 people around the world are logged in to the webinar and are getting to hear us and see the slides that we're presenting here at Dayton today for the first session. So from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, that's a webinar. And then at the end of the day, a second webinar with Rob Sherwood from 4 to 5 p.m. And then the webinars are recorded and archived so that they can be available at any time after the event here. Thanks to all the professors that stepped up. Once again, a lot of these professors have taught all 5 years here, but you can look in their bios in the front of your book and see that we have some of the very best of the best. Not only from the standpoint that they've got a lot of contesting experience, but they've got a lot of teaching and sharing experience. And that's really what we're here today for. And just briefly, you have an ICOM notepad, and thanks to ICOM for making a big part of this happen. It was ICOM, the vision that Ray Novak, N9JA, had back when we started this, that really got Contest University moving forward. So if you happen to see Ray at the show, at the ICOM booth, make sure you go up and thank him for his support. That notepad is very important. You will hear so many things today that you've not heard before. You will hear ideas for how you operate, what you do in your station, maybe a project that you need to tend to. Write it down. Because if you don't write it down, you're going to forget it. And that's why the notepad is in there. In your inside the bag, the C2 ICOM bag, there is also a staple packet. That staple packet has a release form, which I need. I need you to sign that, and at the break you can stack it on the table outside. It also has the vote form. The vote form, this is not a popularity vote. This is the session that I've missed, and I want to see it. So because there are 4 sessions running at once, you may miss a session. And so this is to vote for what you didn't see in the first 3 sessions this morning. So, and then we'll rerun those sessions and try and make sure that you get the most out of it. Currently, we're moving the VHF presentation by W5ZN and the SO2R presentation by Randy Thompson, K5ZD. We're interchanging those. And the reason is is Ed Munns, W0YK, called me a little after 6 this morning. He said he had to go to the hospital. Now, he believes it's just a little stomach problem, maybe due to something he ate. In true contest format, 15 minutes ago he called and he said, you know what, they've got me hooked up to an IV, I've got some fluids in me, I'm feeling pretty good, they're going to scan my stomach, but you know, about after that, I'm out of here. So he could be back by 10 o'clock to teach this. Back to the packet. Inside that packet are vouchers. There's a $10 voucher to go buy ARL books. And several of the authors that have produced books here in the last year are here. The antenna book, Dean Straw was very implemental in the antenna book. This is something everybody should have. Dean N6BV is here in the audience today. Of course, the Managing RF Interference. If you haven't bought it from NRAD, there's a $15 voucher in your packet for that. These are ARL books that are available at the ARL Expo, and that's what the $10 voucher is for. Things like Hands-on Radio Experiments by N0AX, Antenna Towers for the Radio Amateur, Don Daso, K4ZA, Don is teaching here at CTU. The ARL Handbook. This is a project headed up and led by Ward Silver, N0AX. So that's something that you might want to get at the ARL booth. And then ON4UN's Low Band DXing is another new book. That's the 5th edition that's available at the ARL. And K1VR's book on antenna zoning is available here. There's an $8 voucher in your packet if you're interested in buying that book. So we'll see a little snippet of the TI5N video just after lunch, and there's a voucher in there for $5 to purchase that at the show. On your CD, W8WWV, Greg, where are you?
Over here, Tim.
In the back. Greg, if you haven't been to his website, he has a tremendous website. It's seedsolutions.com. But W8WWV took a lot of time to create a tutorial on how to use EasyNet. And it's not in your book. And he's not going to be able to cover that. That's in addition to the slide deck that he put together that he'll present today. But there's a better than 100-page tutorial that shows up on your CD on how to use EasyNet. So today you get a small snippet, and then there's follow-up work on the area of using EasyNet that Greg was kind enough to put together, and we put that on the CD. I still have a very few dinner tickets to the contest dinner on Saturday night. See me afterwards if you'd like that. And then we have, every year we have somebody who is very good about getting their release form back to me. 2 minutes after I gave Paul and Anna their release forms, they were signed off and back in my hands. So I'd like to congratulate W0ANT and N0AH with the first return of the release forms this year with these two projects. And W0ANT, I'm told, has just learned that she is the Rocky Mountain Amateur of the Year in the Rocky Mountain. The main objective today, share and have fun. Here we go with Doug Grant, contesting the right way.